Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Tiabu. It is 6:20 p.m. on October 2nd, 2019, and it is time for treasure hunting. Actually, it's been time for treasure hunting all day, as I said, at 6:20 p.m. Um, but I'm getting to the point where I just can't watch more today. Like we had like 7 or 8 shows that aired today, and I have watched a bunch of them and I cannot watch anymore. Tomorrow looks like it's going to be a slightly lighter day as far as such things are concerned, so I'm going to push a couple of these shows back a bit, just because I just can't. I just can't. I still have to edit and render all the ones that I've watched today, and then upload them, and then figure out what to do for thumbnails for them, and then lots of lots of things to do. Yep, lots of things to do. So, I wanted to do a quick video where I just run through those shows that I watched so that you don't have to if you don't want to. And just do a quick rundown of what I saw and what I thought. So, first thing that I watched this morning was Hataage Kimono Michi, which was pretty fun. It's about a wrestler dude who gets isekai'd to a very generic isekai world, and then I guess you could say subverts expectations of an isekai hero by wanting to love and care for all the demon beasts out there. That's his whole deal. It's got some elements that are really goofy, really funny. I like the main character, his goofiness and whatever. We ran into a couple of characters that seem like they're going to be recurring semi bad villains, almost in a Team Rocket sort of thing where they're kind of interested in the actual dog, like normal dog that he brought with him, and seem to want to capture it for much money, like go get that Pikachu. Very Jesse and James esque, but he will defeat them through his ear scratching powers and also abilities in wrestling. Um, this was cute. This was enjoyable. The jokes landed pretty solidly, and I had a good time. Production's nothing crazy or super special, but it was kind of a lot of fun to watch this episode, and so I'm totally willing to watch the next one. Simple. Next thing that I watched was Shinchou Yuusha, which is a White Fox show. I was trepidatious walking into this one because it's a White Fox show, and White Fox has been shitting the bed, as far as I'm concerned, for the last few shows that they've done. They have not been my cup of tea, or I have thought that they might be my cup of tea and then have been burned and wasted a bunch of time watching stuff that I didn't want to watch. So watched the first episode of this and was absolutely blown away / pleasantly surprised. We've got a very meta isekai here, which, and I talk about this in the reaction to it itself, but I think it bears, it's worth saying. It bears repeating. That's the phrase I was looking for. I think it bears repeating anyway. The genre of subverting isekai tropes has become its own cliche genre in and of itself. Like, it has become cliche to shit on isekai in an isekai. However, this takes it a step further. It is shitting on isekai that shit on isekai. Ah! Now, maybe that's just too many layers of meta for you, but for me, it was quite a bit of fun. The other really notable thing about this first episode was that there is a lot of really, to me, really appealing design work and like super deformation and hyper expressiveness of the characters. There's some really cool animated bits that are just emotional from the main girl. We've got the main girl, and mostly we are from her perspective at this point. She summons a dude from our world who is just a normal Japanese dude, except he is anything but normal, and I won't spoil how because it's a nice reveal. There were also a smattering of references to Western and Eastern media scattered throughout this episode, and a lot of interesting subversions of isekai tropes that I have never seen before, and beyond that, a sort of general meta knowledge of the tropes that normally get subverted and a deft hand in steering clear of them or subverting them further. All in all, this was a really enjoyable first episode. It's got some pretty strong design work once you think about it and realize that that design work is like extremely intentional for very specific reasons. There's also like if you're into man service, there's a bit. All in all, I thought this was an amazing episode, and I was actually shocked by how much I enjoyed it all the way through. It got me giggling a couple of times, and I don't know what else you can ask for. It was pretty awesome. I would highly recommend checking that one out. The third thing that I watched today was Ahiru no Sora, which is a basketball anime. Uh, uh, Happy Go Ducky is what they translated it to, though I believe the actual direct translation is Duck Sky or Duck of the Sky, um, which is actually has some relevance to the characters and stuff. But this is a basketball anime, and it's the most promising sports anime introduction that I have seen in a long, long time. Honestly, it gave me the same vibes as episode 1 of Haikyuu, back a long while ago when I first watched episode 1 of Haikyuu. Nothing has come close to the way that I felt about this first episode. Run with the Wind recently, not even close. This first episode is really stellar in design work. I don't know how much of that is from the manga. Most of the character designs, at least, are. But there's a lot of really effective emotive detail in the character designs and their faces. It's got this sort of almost toned down, realistic color palette that lends itself to the world that they're building. And while it's got a very standard sports shonen setup, and I say it in the reaction that it almost feels like the first few episodes of Hajime no Ippo had a baby with the first episode of Haikyuu, and if you like either of those shows, then that should be enough to get you going for this one. I would highly recommend checking out this first episode because this show has a lot of promise, and it promises more than just your average sports shonen type of stuff in the future. There are some flashes of some elements that seem like they're going to be really interesting character development moments. So I would say definitely check this one out. It is well done. I think there was like one teensy little flaw with it, which is that there are a couple of moments where the sound is mixed a little oddly. There are these like big bombastic, almost JoJo-esque sound effects that are used occasionally, and they got on my nerves just a little bit. Not enough to even knock a point off of my feelings about this first episode. It was all in all rather stellar, and I would say go and watch it because you might think it was stellar too. And then finally, and wow, it's finally, yeah. There was Houkago Saikoro Club, which I just finished before I started recording this little blurb. This is about a few cute girls who go to a game store and play tabletop games. This is a Studio Light and Films production. Their last couple of shows have not landed for me super well. Mayonaka and Tejina Senpai didn't land for me very well. This one landed a little bit better. I do find cute girls shows appealing generally, but this was nothing exceptional for the genre. Pretty standard fare. If you find the character design super appealing or tabletop games are your jam, then this might be the thing for you. I watched the whole episode. I didn't stop it midway through. There were a few jokes that landed. There were large portions of the episode where I was just like, all right, yep, okay, that's fine. That's cool. Cool. Yeah, okay. But nothing super special or super crazy. Production's fine. Character designs are pretty strong. Color design is rather nice. And while I thought going in that the main girl's character design was the cutest of them, she's the blue-haired girl, I actually find the brown-haired girl extremely cute. Not in like an attractiveness way, but just like, aw, she's cute. And there's a nice dynamic between two of the main characters where one of them is like super doesn't understand what things are fun and is sort of being shown that in this first episode, and the world is opening up to her, while the other character that she meets is like super gung-ho and just like, yeah, let's go out into the woods and wander around for a while, it'll be fun. Yeah, it was a pretty cute show. Pretty cute all around. Nothing super special or super crazy though. Okay, those are the shows that I watched today. I'm gonna watch more of the shows. There are still, I think, two at least. There are at least two shows that I didn't get to today, just because it's getting late and I'm getting tired and I need food. One is "Are You the Only One Who Likes Me?" Orioski Nano blah 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 blah. Which is Barnum Studio and Studio Connect. I'll watch that tomorrow. And Sentence of a Bookworm, Honzuki no Gekkokujo. Both of these are just like, on the face of them, I don't find them super appealing, so I'll watch them and see if they're surprises, because there were a couple of really great surprises today. But I'm tired and it's late and I will get to them tomorrow. Okay? Okay. So that's my rather quick rundown on all the shows that aired today, except for the ones that I didn't watch. Couple of real gems here. Hopefully they thin out. I mean, that's horrible to say. I love when there are good shows airing, but I'm gonna have to pick and choose between these because I have limited time. So far though, while Hataage Kimonomichi was pretty fun, Ahiru no Sora and Shinchou Yuusha were knockouts for this first episode. So if anything, I would recommend checking those two out. Whichever one you find more appealing on the face of it, check it out. See what you think. Report back. Cool. Yeah, I think that'll be it for this treasure hunt report. So yeah, I've been Tiabu. This has been a treasure hunt. We'll do more tomorrow because there's more stuff airing tomorrow, and I'm pushing some things back just because I don't have time. Yeah. Peace. Or peace, peace.